Dead or alive, huh?
I do feel better. By any chance?
What a rude man. I've neutralized it. It's only temporary, though. Go!
Okay.
What happens when Kung Fu Hot Dog gets an electric shock?
God damn! I knew this AI rendition of Claire Redfield was super hot, but I didn't know she was that hot. Anyway, folks, in today's video, and we're going to be talking about this for maybe a short space of time because one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Dead or Alive, is making a comeback. I know, I'm not supposed to tell you that, but guess what? Word on the street, and I'm not talking about Black Dynamite Street here in Harlem.
I gotta get back to the streets where I come from, sucker.
No, I'm talking about the streets of Kung Fu Hot Dog, because where I walk, there are big boobies everywhere, and that's just the men. But let's get into this article because I am so excited to see what unfolds.
What else is out there in the desert? Along with the gigantic eye, a massive nose. I know there's a pair of huge tits out there.
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
And in the memory of Tomonobu Itakagi, because that will be made very apparent very shortly, folks, why I mentioned that great man's name. Let's get into this story on X because I found it very fascinating. Koei Tecmo teases revival of nostalgic game for next year. Oh my god. So the quote is, and do you know what? The quote is here, and then we got Marie Rose on the right, begging. This is Helena's sexy housemaid from... I'm going to tell you what the game is, but I think you already know what it is. I might have mentioned it in my introduction because I'm such a doofus. Yosuke Hayashi, ambitions for 2026. This is from Gematsu, by the way, where all these game development studios were listing their ambitions for 2026. So you see this matches up with Pirate Nation's tweet from today. Development is progressing on a new title from AAA Game Studio. At the same time, you might just see the return of a certain classic title. Whatever could that be? I think it's going to be Dead or Alive 7. And you should be very excited, right? Watch out, says Polystation. They're an activist-ran company now. Kate Queenia Senior? Her friends work there. So this surname of this Kate Bird is a Welsh word, but I don't speak Welsh. Does it look like I do? Woke Final Fantasy XIV players demand localizer for Dawntrail comeback. The localizer, of course, is Kate Queenia. The queen of the New York scene. Ladies and gentlemen, I give praise to the Snowvilliers theme from Final Fantasy XIII. Because I'm rather drawn to that character and the voice acting by Troy Baker. I don't know why I like him so much, because maybe I harbor ambitions to be like him. Or how about that? A white video game character that I strongly identify with. How did that happen? I have no idea. But let's have a quick listen to this guy right here, who obviously doesn't like to show his face on camera. And what does he say about this Kate Queenia?
Attention, as they like to say, to the Kate. So the spaghetti says that they understands that her use of social media was problematic. That is well, that's one way to describe it.
Alright, this guy sounds like he's a Rabsi Nesbitt from Scotland, so ukai the mu to you, sir, and a good job on the video. But this Kate person, as he said right here, is very problematic, not just with their political opinions, but also for the fact that if you don't like the way she's localized one of your favorite Japanese characters in a video game, she's going to ignore you and she's going to go ahead and inject her own ideology into that character, and you're forced to play that character online, and that's just absolutely ridiculous and retarded beyond belief. So we can't have any of that. And again, on this particular Reddit post here, Square Enix introduces new Final Fantasy XIV English localization lead, replacing the controversial previous dead lead, Kate Quinyar. I know I'm killing her name here, but I don't care at this stage. And I do like this freeze frame of this guy right here. He looks very interested. But anyway, I'm not picking on him. I just thought it was a very funny pause. And mind you, the guy in the background looks like he needs a bit of a coffee stimulant as well. But we visited the studio that made Final Fantasy XIV Trash Taste Mini Special. And throughout this video, Kate Quinyar is nowhere to be seen, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Asmongold knows about this person because she reposted certain controversial political opinions, which I will not publish here because I don't need to do that. I'm trying to move away from that stuff anyway now on my channel because it's just not worth mentioning. And this is the chick in question. This is the Queen Yar.
They don't.
2023, when she was the then localizer for Final Fantasy XIV, and she translated today's keynote speech as it was back then. And I'd love to know what that translation was, wouldn't you? But anyway, folks, a bit of a silly willy. Well, speaking of willies, let's just go on over to Noah Schnapp being interviewed by Steve Frosty Weintraub to see his inner mind and that demonic speak that we can't actually see, but we can hear.
I really want to say thank you for everything on the show. And seriously, episode 7 is just, fantastic.
Thank you.
Noah Schnapp, I want you inside my bumhole right now.
Oh, God. This has been absolutely great today. I've got to say, folks, Dead or Alive 7 making a possible return in 2026. Well, it could be good but again, I have to stress, I've got a pointer, as these people are saying here, Kate Quinyar's mob, mafia, LGBT, hoo-doo-doos might be working behind the scenes of this DOA 7. So if that's the case, if I were you, Japan, if I were you, Koei Tecmo, you might want to remove them ever so slightly to the side like dog shit. But unlike dog shit, you wouldn't recycle them. You'll just send them to the nearest dog yard down the road and let them stay there until some other body feels sorry for them and picks them up and takes them away. But in honor of Tomonobu Itakagi, well, sir, I hope they do your legacy justice. They know what kind of a guy you were. I did not know you at all, but from the tribute video that I made about you this year, I'm so sorry you passed away. And it's a real I'm trying to think of the bittersweet ending to his life, because he knew he was going to pass and leave this earth, and he told his friend, put this message out on social media and let everybody know about my passing. So sad. It's probably the saddest obituary I've actually covered this year on my channel, and again, for someone I did not know. So I really hope Dead or Alive 7 is a real thing. It sounds like it is, because I can't think what else. Why would you be teasing this? Because people are itching for a new DOA game. You never know, we might even get some beach volleyball thrown in for good measure, or that might be an added on DLC. But what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Leave your comments below. Smash that subscribe button. And if I were you and if you were me, I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
It's not that it's hard game to play, as you can feel it's quite easy to play. It's hard, it's because enemies are so smart. Enemies are out there to kill you.
Dead or Alive Tournament! Rhino has been reborn.